Hello, students. How are you doing? This is week 2 for College English 1, 대학 영어 1. And this is, of course, the video for my classes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I am your professor. My name, of course, is Ernest Teacher, or you can call me Mr. Lee. So before we begin, I want to just let you know that there is homework. And the homework is it will be in my Google Drive, so you have to download it from my Google Drive. What is the website address? I will tell you later in the video. Okay, so week 1, or week 2, 미안해. I just want to start very easily. So I want to start by having some fun. I want to start with some tongue twisters to help improve your pronunciation in English, okay? I got these tongue twisters from this website. Anyways, so tongue twisters are words that are difficult to pronounce. So here are some fun tongue twisters. So the first tongue twister is a very famous one. Maybe you heard it before, but it's Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Oh my gosh, so easy, right? No, just kidding. I want to start with a few sounds. The P sound. These are sounds that are air that is being pushed out of your mouth. So P, if you put your hand in front of your mouth, you should feel some wind. P, 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 P. So that's P sound. Later, we're going to talk about the B sound, which is B, B, and the T sound, which is T, T. So very similar, P, B, and T. But right now, let's start with the P sound. So P. So everybody, I'm going to do it slowly. 같이, you do it with me. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Okay, can you do that? Was it easy? So one more time, 한 번 더, but just a little bit faster. Oops. Sorry about that. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Okay, was that easy? No? Okay, one more time, super fast. Peter Piper picked a peck of one more time. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Okay, so that's the P sound. The next one is the B sound. Okay, ba, ba, ba. It's that pushing sound, B. And T, ta, 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 ta. So really slow, everybody 같이. Betty bought some butter. But she said the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my batter better. So 'twas better Betty bought a bit of better butter. Okay, one more time, a little bit faster. Betty bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. But if I put in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my batter better. So 'twas better Betty bought a bit of better butter. Oh my gosh. So one more time, really fast. Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. But if I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my batter better. So 'twas better. Betty Butter bought a bit of better butter. Okay, next one. This is the C and the L sound. The C is K. You know that, right? K, K. And L is L. Right? L. And then R is the R. So L, your tongue, 1 or 2 millimeters ape, right? Your front tooth. L. And R, your tongue is rolled back. So try this really slowly. How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? So one more time, a little faster. How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? Ooh, could you do that? Really hard. So one more time, really fast. How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? Okay, and the next one is SC sound. Sk, sk, sk. And then there's an R, so scream. My tongue is rolling back. So I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. So can you try that? One more time, a little bit faster. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Oh my gosh, not easy, right? One more time. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Okay, last one. Oh, no, second to last one. Susie works in a shoe shine shop. So this S, Sue, S-U is Sue, and S-H is shoe, shh, Sue, and shh. So Susie works in a shoe shine shop. Where she shines, she sits. And where she sits, she shines. Okay, be very careful. She sits, right? She sits. So one more time, a little bit faster. Susie works in a shoe shine shop. Where she shines, she sits, and where she sits, she shines. Okay, was that hard? One more time, really fast. Susie works in a I can't do it. Susie works in a shoe shine shop. Where she shines, she sits, and where she sits, she shines. Okay, the next sound I want to think about is the Z sound. Zzz. So Z is this buzzing sound. So you should make 약간 like kanjiro. It should be like itchy, right? Zzz. Can you go zzz? So everybody catchy. Fuzzy, wuzzy, was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? So Z sound. So one more time, a little bit faster. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? Okay, could you do that? Okay, one more time really fast. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? Okay, and the last one, the hardest one. So according to the Guinness Book of World Records, this is the toughest tongue twister. Okay, X sound, sixth, sick, sheiks, sheeks, sixth, sixth, sheeps, sheeps, sick, sick, okay, sick. Okay, so let's try this slowly. The sixth, sick, sheeks, sixth, sheeps, sick. Ooh, very difficult, even slow. So one more time slowly. The sixth, sick, sheeks, sixth, sheeps, sick. Okay, can Ernest Teacher do it faster? Let me try. The sixth, sick, sheeks, sixth, sheeps, sick. Ooh, very hard. Okay, let me try really fast. The sixth, sick, sheeks, sixth, sheeps, sick. Ooh, very difficult. Okay, can you try? Try to go slowly, try to go quickly. The sixth, sick, sheeks, sixth, sheeps, sick. So one more time, really slow. The sixth, sick, sheeks, sixth, sheeps, sick. Okay, that's it. We're done with the tongue twisters. Okay, so before we start the lesson, I want to remind you guys really quickly. So buy the textbook, all right, as soon as you can. North Star 2, Listening and Speaking, 4th edition, Robin Mills and Lauren Fraser. Okay, buy the textbook. We're going to start the homework soon. Okay, when you buy the textbook, you're going to need a code. You can go to myenglish.lab.com/northstar and you can find your code here to register, right? One more time, you need to make an account, 먼저, right? You need to make the account first, and then account 있으면, when you have your account, you need to register for the class. So here are the class codes for Monday, for Tuesday, for Tuesday's Suwon campus, for Wednesday's class, and for Thursday's class. So you guys have the code. And really, once again, really quickly, when you are creating your account, your first name, I want you to write your 한국 이름 full, right? I know it says first name, but 그냥 이렇게 이승준, that's my Korean name, right? So write that there. And also, 잠시만, let's change something. Okay, so put your name and then put your 학번, your student name in last name. So 2020123, whatever your 학번 is, okay? So, skip once again, put your name and account number in there. Okay, and if you need any more help, go to this web address, or you at the top, I think you can click help. If you want to chat with somebody, if you click this chat button, then they can help you. So right here, you can click this chat and they can help you register. Okay, so now Ernest Teacher wants to start with the lesson. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the music. Okay. So we are starting the book with chapter 1. Okay, so what I want you to do right now is get a pencil and a paper. Okay, if you have the book, then you can 같이 follow in the book. Right? So if you have the book, then please look at the book. If you don't have the book, then get a pencil and paper and you can look at the screen here. and everything in the book will be on the computer screen too. So let's begin by talking about the name. What is the title for Unit 1? It's Offbeat Jobs, right? So, offbeat, what does that mean? So, if you are on beat, right? On beat, think about some song, right? Some hip hop song. It goes boom, ka, boom, ka, boom, ka, right? When you're on beat, it's like butong, it's normal, it's good. But if you're offbeat, what does that mean? It means it's a little bit strange. It means it's weird. It means it's not the usual thing. So, offbeat jobs, what do you think that means? Those are offbeat jobs are unusual jobs or strange jobs, not normal samoshir or office kind of working jobs. These are a little bit different jobs. So if you look at the photo, what are these people doing? Can you take a guess? So first, what do we see? We see some woman, right? We see a man, right? So what does the man have? Well, the man has a bicycle, he has a helmet, and he has some big duffel bag, some big kind of bag, right? And what is she doing? She looks like she's signing some kind of document. This looks like some kind of tablet, and she has to sign the tablet. So, what do you think is this person's job? So, she looks like, just looking, she looks like an office worker, but what is this guy's job? Does he have an offbeat job? Yeah, it's a strange job. We'll talk about it in a little bit. But I want to ask you, when you are thinking about a job, what is the most important thing about a job to you? Is it the money, right? Is it the salary, how much money you make? Is it the hours, like 9 a.m. to 10 p.m.? Whoa, that's 13 hours of working every day. That's a lot. Do you want a 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock job? That's very hard to find in Korea, right? What about interest, right? You all have your major. Do you want a job that is interesting to you, that is related to your major, or just amagona, any kind of job? What about safety? Is safety a factor? Like, for example, in Korea, if you work at a pyeonijam, it's pretty safe, right? But in America, if you work at a pyeonijam, somebody could have a gun and give me all of your money, right? It could be a little bit less safe, right? What about the workplace? Do you want to work indoors? Do you want to work outdoors? Oh, many people can work from home nowadays, especially with coronavirus, right? Do you want to work from home or do you want to work in an office, right? Ernest Teacher, me, right? I get to work in a classroom. It's a wonderful environment. And also education, right? This job, do you need to have a 대학교 degree? Do you need a bachelor's degree? What about if you want to become a doctor? Well, there's a lot more school that you have to do. There's a lot more specs that you have to get, right? What about number of jobs? Is this something that there is a lot of? For example, if you want to work in the government, you have to take a test, and it is very competitive. It's very difficult to find that kind of job. Do you want to be a professor or a teacher? It is very difficult to become a professor or a teacher because there are so few jobs, right? What do you think is important to you? I want you to think about it. And this is going to be a part of your homework. So, what are the three most important things to you? So, I'm going to talk about that later when I talk about the homework. All right? So, just think first. I want to look at some of these strange jobs. Okay, hold on, my face is hiding one of the jobs. Okay, I want to look at these three jobs. What is this person's job? What does he have right there? He has some hot dogs. He has some kind of championship belt. What kind of job do you think he has? Can you guess? He is a professional eater. Yes. Uh, this lady, this young woman here, she is very famous in Korea. Do you know what her job is? Do you know what do we see here? Some 장난감, right? Some toys. What is her job? She is a professional YouTuber. She reviews different toys. Oh, this lady here, she's got some computers, right? And dual screen monitor setup. Do you know her job? You can't see, but from the picture, but she is a hacker. She is an ethical hacker, so she works for a company and tries to find mistakes. And so she is a ethical hacker, and that is her job. Right here, what is this man's job? What is he doing? He's writing in Hangul. It's really beautiful. He has nice ink. He is a professional calligrapher, right? Oh my gosh, really beautiful. And not this person, but 이 여자, this woman right here. What does she have in her hand? She has some kind of special typewriter, right? She's got a laptop here, notebook. And where is this? This is a courtroom, right? What is her job? She is a stenographer, or she writes down, she types everything everybody says in the courthouse. Ooh, what is this guy? What do we see here? These are some playing cards. These are some poker chips. And this is lots of money. He is a professional gambler. Uh, what do we see here? We see a horse and a woman. Does she look like a racer? No, she's not a racer. But what does she do? She's a horse exerciser. Actually, this is a very high paying job for professional horses that run professional races. But you need somebody like a PT. This is a horse PT person, right? Horse exerciser. And what are these people doing? They look serious, right? They're eating, but they look serious. What is their job? They're professional tasters, right? And of course, these guys, what are they? This is some kind of gaming stadium, right? These guys are pro gamers, right? So here is a list of some odd jobs that you can do, that people are doing now, right? So that is kind of the tema, the theme for Unit 1, right? And so I want to start by reading and listening to this website for college students. So I want you to 같이 읽어, read along, and listen as well. Okay, let me move my face down here. Okay, I want you to listen and read. And I'm gonna be quiet for a little while.
Looking for a fun summer job? Need to earn some extra income? Here are some jobs you might like. Visit the
Oops, sorry.
Visit the College Job Center office for more information about these jobs.
Bike messenger. Do you like exciting and sometimes dangerous activities? Do you like to work outdoors? Are you athletic? Then this offbeat job is just for you. For this job, you must have your own bike and be able to ride quickly through the city to deliver packages and letters to our customers.
Computer assembler. Do you like computers? Do you know a lot about them? We need people to work in our factory to make computers. You must be fast and like to build things. You must also be able to concentrate so you put the parts together correctly without making mistakes.
Insurance salesperson. Do you like sales? Do you like to work with people? Come work in our insurance company. We sell every kind of insurance policy: auto, home, life, and medical.
Computer animation artist. Are you artistic? Are you good with computers? Do you like to play video and computer games? Then we have the right job for you. Our video game company makes games that are popular with many generations of people, from children to adults of all ages. We are looking for young, creative people to help us make some new games for the next generation of game players.
Restaurant blogger. Do you like good food and eating out in restaurants? Are you a good writer? Then we need you. For this job, you will need to taste different kinds of food, even spicy food, such as Thai or Mexican. You also need a good sense of taste. Your tongue must be able to taste many different flavors, such as sweet or sour, so you can write about the foods you try.
Professional secret shopper. Do you like to shop, but you don't like to spend money? You can be a professional shopper and get paid to shop. Our stores hire secret shoppers to make sure the salespeople are doing a good job.
All right. So, were you able to follow along? So, this is listening number 1, and there are 2 listenings. So, when we do the midterm exam, there is the listening part. The listening part will be about this listening right here. So, there are some vocabulary words, right? So, what are the vocabulary words? So, the first one, of course, is concentrate. Can you say concentrate? The next one is factory. Oh, 1 second. Oh, here I am. So we had concentrate, we had factory, we have insurance policy, we have creative, we have income, taste, professional, flavor, generation, and tongue. So can you try to match the definition with these things on the right? So concentrate is to be careful and pay attention. What is factory? So can you see which letter is factory? What would you guess? So can you read it a little bit? So factory is dun dun dun. Oops, dun dun dun. No, dun dun dun. E, a building where you make things, right? So what is an insurance? Bohum insurance policy. Bohum, I think, insurance. Policy is, which one is it? It's B, right? It's an agreement with an insurance company to be paid money in case of an accident, illness, or death, right? That is insurance. What does it mean to be creative? Can you see which one? Creative is A, thinking of a new way of doing things, right? So when you're creative, you think of something new, right? Usually. What is income? Oh, think about money. What is income? Income is J. It's the money you earn when you work. So how much money do you get per hour? Man Man o man won. Big difference, right? Your income. What is taste? All right, taste is L. A-L. Taste is I. Okay, what is professional? Professional is H, doing something for money instead of for fun or pleasure, right? What is flavor? Flavor is G, a particular taste of a food or drink. What is a generation? A generation is C, all the people who are about the same age. I am Generation X, same as your parents. You are millennials, I think, maybe. And what is tongue? Of course, tongue is the part inside your mouth that moves and is used for food and speaking, right? That is your tongue. Okay, so these are the first set of vocabulary words in Unit 1. So let's look here. So people have many different kinds of jobs, right? Some are, like we said, offbeat. So we are going to listen to something called What's My Job, right? And I want you to answer. So you see the picture here, right? This is not the same, but just gives you an idea. So first I want you to think, what is it? What are we listening to? Who is Wayne? Who is Rita? And what is Peter doing? What is Peter doing? So I want you to listen. All right, and here we go.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to What's My Job, the game show about offbeat jobs. I'm your host, Wayne Williams. Today's first contestant is Rita, an office manager from Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, Wayne. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Joe.
Okay, Rita, let's get started. You're going to meet some people who will describe their jobs. Then you can ask 3 questions to guess each person's job. You can win $1,000 for each job you guess correctly. Are you ready? Let's welcome our first guest, Peter. Okay, Peter, can you tell us a little about your job?
All right. So, what is it that we're listening to? What is this? Is this a job interview? I don't think so. Is this a radio show? Amado, maybe. What is it? It is a game show. And who is Wayne? Wayne is like this guy. Wayne is the MC, or he's the host. Then what does that make Rita? Rita is in the competition, right? She's in the competition. She is the contestant, right? And Peter, he works for the company, right? The game show company, right? So he is going to talk about, what's the name of the show? What's my job? So Peter is going to talk about what? His job, right? So what do you think Peter is going to say? Can you make a prediction? Can you guess, right? Can you make a prediction? Can you make a prediction? What is Peter going to talk about? Let's see. So I want you to listen. We're going to listen to part 2. So what's my job? And then I want you to circle the correct answers, right? Rita asked Peter questions to guess. What is Rita trying to guess? Peter works. Where does Peter work? Peter is, what's his job title, right? Peter has to be careful. He has to choshim about something. And Peter thinks his job, what does Peter think about his job? So go ahead, listen, and try to answer the questions.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to What's My Job, the game show about offbeat jobs.
I'm your host, Wayne Williams. Today's first contestant is Rita, an office manager from Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, Wayne. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Joe.
Okay, Rita, let's get started. You're going to meet some people who will describe their jobs. Then you can ask 3 questions to guess each person's job. You can win $1,000 for each job you guess correctly. Are you ready? Let's welcome our first guest, Peter. Okay, Peter, can you tell us a little about your job?
Sure, Wayne. At my job, I work with food. My work is very interesting because I can enjoy good food and I can be creative.
That does sound interesting. Okay, Rita, go ahead and ask your 3 questions.
Do you work in a restaurant?
No, I don't.
Do you work in a bakery?
No, I don't. I work in a factory.
A factory?
Okay, Rita, really concentrate now. It's your last question.
Do you make food?
Yes, I help to make food.
Okay, that's 3 questions. Now, Rita, can you guess Peter's job?
Are you a chef?
No, I'm not a chef.
Ah, sorry, Rita. So tell us, Peter, what do you do?
I'm a professional ice cream taster.
A professional ice cream taster?
That's right. I work in an ice cream factory. I make sure the ice cream tastes good. I also think of interesting new flavors to make.
Gee, sounds like a difficult job, Peter. You taste ice cream all day and you get paid for it.
Yes, that's right. I'm lucky to have such a great job.
Good for you. So tell us, Peter, is there anything difficult about your job?
Well, I guess so. For one thing, I can't eat all the ice cream. Otherwise, I'd get too full. I only taste a bit of ice cream, and then I have to spit it out.
I see. Is there anything else that's difficult?
Let me think. Well, I have to be very careful to take care of my taste buds. For example, I can't eat spicy or hot foods.
Really?
Yes, and I don't drink alcohol or coffee. And I don't smoke either. If I did those things, I might hurt my taste buds, and then I wouldn't be able to taste the ice cream very well.
Wow, you do have to be careful.
Yes, I do. In fact, my taste buds are so important that they're covered by a $1 million insurance policy.
$1 million? You don't say.
That's right. You see, if I can't taste the ice cream, my company and I will lose a lot of money. That would really hurt my income.
Gee, you do have a very important job, Peter. So how did you get started as an ice cream taster? Did you go to ice cream tasting school?
Oh, no. My family has been in the ice cream business for a long time. I've always wanted to work with ice cream, too.
That's great, Peter. Thank you very much for being on the show, and keep up the good work. Okay, everybody, it's time for a commercial break, but don't go away.
Did you go to ice cream tasting school? Just kidding. Okay, so right here, Rita asks Peter questions to guess. What is she trying to do? Remember, what's the name of the show? What's my job? She's trying to guess what? Yeah, she's trying to guess what Peter's job is. And do you remember, where does Peter work? Not in a restaurant, not in a factory, not in a bakery. Peter works where? In a factory. That's correct. And Peter, what's his actual job title? He's not the chef, right? He's not a worker, but he has this incredible offbeat job, right? He is an ice cream taster, right? But Peter can't smoke, right? Peter can't drink too much alcohol. Peter has to be careful with what? Of course, his taste buds, right? His taste buds. That's the his body's ability to taste. All right, and what does Peter think about his job? I mean, what does anybody think if they got to eat ice cream all day? It would be great, right? So that is what Peter thinks about his job, that it's great. So we listened. Okay, 한 번 더 listen one more time, and then I want you to write T for true, F for false. And if it's false, I want you to correct. Why is it false? What is wrong? So I want you to listen one more time. Everybody, do you have your pen and paper? Are you writing along? Okay, I want you to write and guess. Let's listen one more time. Okay? Let's listen one more time. And get my face off. Here we go.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to What's My Job, the game show about offbeat jobs. I'm your host, Wayne Williams. Today's first contestant is Rita, an office manager from Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, Wayne. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Joe.
Okay, Rita, let's get started. You're going to meet some people who will describe their jobs. Then you can ask 3 questions to guess each person's job. You can win $1,000 for each job you guess correctly. Are you ready? Let's welcome our first guest, Peter. Okay, Peter, can you tell us a little about your job?
Sure, Wayne. At my job, I work with food. My work is very interesting because I can enjoy good food and I can be creative.
That does sound interesting. Okay, Rita, go ahead and ask your 3 questions.
Do you work in a restaurant?
No, I don't.
Do you work in a bakery?
No, I don't. I work in a factory.
A factory?
Okay, Rita, really concentrate now. It's your last question.
Do you make food?
Yes, I help to make food.
Okay, that's 3 questions. Now, Rita, can you guess Peter's job?
Are you a chef?
No, I'm not a chef.
Ah, sorry, Rita. So tell us, Peter, what do you do?
I'm a professional ice cream taster.
A professional ice cream taster?
That's right. I work in an ice cream factory. I make sure the ice cream tastes good. I also think of interesting new flavors to make.
Gee, sounds like a difficult job, Peter. You taste ice cream all day and you get paid for it.
Yes, that's right. I'm lucky to have such a great job.
Good for you. So tell us, Peter, is there anything difficult about your job?
Well, I guess so. For one thing, I can't eat all the ice cream. Otherwise, I'd get too full. I only taste a bit of ice cream, and then I have to spit it out.
I see. Is there anything else that's difficult?
Let me think. Well, I have to be very careful to take care of my taste buds. For example, I can't eat spicy or hot foods.
Really?
Yes, and I don't drink alcohol or coffee. And I don't smoke either. If I did those things, I might hurt my taste buds, and then I wouldn't be able to taste the ice cream very well.
Wow, you do have to be careful.
Yes, I do. In fact, my taste buds are so important that they're covered by a $1 million insurance policy.
$1 million? You don't say.
That's right. You see, if I can't taste the ice cream, my company and I will lose a lot of money. That would really hurt my income.
Gee, you do have a very important job, Peter. So how did you get started as an ice cream taster? Did you go to ice cream tasting school?
Oh, no. My family has been in the ice cream business for a long time. I've always wanted to work with ice cream, too.
That's great, Peter. Thank you very much for being on the show, and keep up the good work. Okay, everybody.
All right, so we heard one more time. So Peter can be creative at work. Is that true or false? 1 second.
Okay, everybody. It's time for a commercial break, but don't go away.
That is true, right? Peter can be creative at work. And part of Peter's job is to think of new ice cream flavors. Is that true or false? That is true, right? Peter eats all the ice cream at work. Is that true? No, that's false, right? If he ate all of the ice cream, 배불러, he would be too full, right? So he puts it in his mouth and then right, spits it out, right? So he doesn't eat all the ice cream. So we have to change this. This is false. So we have to correct the false statement. What could we write to make this sentence correct? Right? Peter only tastes a bit of the ice cream and then spits it out, right? Okay. So, or Pete 시원하게 He does not eat all of the ice cream at work. That would be another way. He doesn't eat spicy food. Remember, Peter has to protect his taste buds, right? So he doesn't eat spicy foods. True or false? True. Oh my gosh. No burdak bokkeummyeon for Peter. He doesn't drink alcohol or coffee. Also true. Very strong flavors that can change his taste buds, right? And he smokes. Does Peter smoke? He doesn't eat spicy. He doesn't drink alcohol or coffee. So I'm gonna guess he does not smoke. So how can we? This is false. How can we change this? We can make it very simply by saying Peter doesn't smoke because it would hurt his taste buds, or just 쉬울게 he doesn't smoke, right? He does not smoke, right? He doesn't. He smokes, but he does not smoke. So he has a $1 million boom insurance policy on his taste buds. $1 million. That's a lot of money. Is this true or false? True, right? If his taste buds go bad, the company can go out of business, right? He studied to be an ice cream taster in school. Is this true or false? No, right? The ice cream business is a family business. So he didn't study in school. But where did he learn? Peter learned about ice cream from just working in the business with his brother, his sister, his mother, and his father, right? Right now, Ernest Teacher wants to eat some ice cream. Anyways, let's move forward here. So, making an understanding the use of humor. Next topic is making inferences, understanding the use of humor, right? What is an inference? Right? So we're going to look at the use of humor and making an inference, right? Making an inference. So you can see, right? So an inference, of course, is a guess about something that's not directly stated, right? To make an inference, you use information that you understand from what you hear, right? Speakers use words to express their true meaning, but sometimes speakers want to be funny or humorous or they want to tell a joke, right? We can often tell when people are using humor when they use words we don't expect, right? Their words may be surprising or they may express the opposite of what they mean. You can also tell when people are using humor when they laugh or use humorous sounds in their voice. So, for example, a very tall man, his nickname could be Shorty, right? Something like that, right? Is he really short? No, he's tall, but his nickname is Shorty. And the 문맥, right? Understanding that the 문맥 tells us that this is supposed to be funny. So I want to listen to an example. Right? So the host said something. He said, "Gee, sounds like a difficult job, Peter. You taste ice cream all day and you get paid for it." Is he using the true meaning or is it just humor? Let's listen. Can you tell by the sound of his voice?
Example.
That's right. I work in an ice cream factory. I make sure the ice cream tastes good. I also think of interesting new flavors to make.
Gee, sounds like a difficult job, Peter. You taste ice cream all day and you get paid for it.
Yes, that's right. I'm lucky to have such a great job.
Yes, that's right. He laughed, right? So, is it a difficult job? Is he being true or is he being humorous? Of course, he is joking, right? So this is humor. It's an example of speaker using the word difficult to describe jobs, but the word he uses in the next sentence shows that he really thinks it's easy to be an ice cream taster, right? So, this is just a funny little comic. So what do we see here? We see two butterflies and then we see larva right here. And what does this say? Ned's always been afraid of change. So, of course, the joke is that every larva will change into a butterfly, right? So let's look here. This is a famous Garfield cartoon. We see John, that's his name is John. Some days I love my pets. And then what do we see? Garfield and I forgot his name, playing and being, chansori and making noise and being loud. And then what? And crash, crash, making a big sound. What does John say? And other days, I wish I'd kept the receipts. Why receipts? He wants to return them to the store, right? Ha ha ha. So we can see the use of humor in inference and language, right? So let's listen again and see, is Wayne expressing his true meaning or is he using humor, right? So let's listen right here. Let me move this. Right. Let's listen. He says, wow. Is it true meaning or humor? Give me 1 second. So is it true meaning or humor?
Yes, and I don't drink alcohol or coffee. And I don't smoke either. If I did those things, I might hurt my taste buds, and then I wouldn't be able to taste the ice cream very well.
Wow, you do have to be careful.
So he said, wow, you do have to be careful. Did his voice go up or down? He said, careful, his voice went down. So I think he means it, right? Nobody is laughing, right? So let's look at these ones, and I want you to pick. Is it true meaning or is it humor?
Excerpt 2.
Gee, you do have a very important job, Peter. So how did you get started as an ice cream taster? Did you go to ice cream tasting school?
Oh, no. My family has been in the ice cream business for a long time. I've always wanted to work with ice cream, too.
So, gee, you do have an important job, Peter. I think he was being truthful there. But this second part, did you go to ice cream tasting school? He laughed. Is there ice cream tasting school? Maybe, but it's not a very common kind of school. So of course, there's no real school for ice cream tasting. So of course, he's joking, right? So that is humor right there. So this is Peter. No, this is not Peter, but Lear. This is a professional ice cream taster who works for this company. But anyways, let's move here. So this is the second listening number 2. And so remember, listening 1 and listening 2 is going to be on the midterm exam. So I want you to, 먼저, let's look at some vocabulary words right here. So everybody, 같이, relaxing, right? Relaxing. So think, we're going to read it later, but think about the 문맥 and think about the word. The next one is career. Then we have quit. Then we have tiring, and we have stressful. So everybody, 같이, let's read this together. In my opinion, the most relaxing thing to do after a long day at work is to sit in my favorite chair and watch TV. Right? So then, what is the definition of relaxing? Is it helping you work hard, sitting and watching TV, or is it helping you rest? Right? It is helping you rest. Right? So look at number 2. Okay, number 2. 혼자 읽어봤어요. Okay, so I am studying computer animation in school. I want to have a career making animated movies. What do you think career means? So if you're studying in school, why? Is it something you're studying in school, just 그냥, or is a career a kind of work you do? So why do you go to school? You go to school to get a job or a career. So a career is be, right? A kind of work. Number 3, 혼자 읽어봐. Okay, I am unhappy. So not happy at my job. I think I will quit and find a new job, right? So not happy and wants a new job. What does quit mean? Does it mean continue? New job? No way. So quit means what? Leave a job, right? So number 4, I stand on my feet all day assembling computers. I wish I could sit down. It is very tiring. So standing up all day, he wants to sit down. Why? He says it's very tiring, right? So tiring means what? Causing you to stand? I don't think so. But look at B, causing you to feel sleepy. Yeah, right? If you stand up and you want to sit down, why do you want to sit down? Because you want to rest or you're a little bit sleepy, you're tired, right? Look at number 5. Tests are very stressful for me. I am afraid I won't do well. So 무서워, right? 잘 안 할 거예요. I'm afraid I won't do well. Tests are 이렇게 stressful. So what is stress? Difficult or causing you to feel worried? So he's 걱정, right? He's afraid. So what is the answer? It is A, right? Causing you to feel worried. Oh, sorry. My face is right there. Okay. So let's go to the next slide here. So we're going to listen to 2 people talking with a job counselor about their jobs, right? What is a job counselor? Right? A job counselor is someone who helps people find the right job or career, right? One person is a window washer. So one person is a window washer, right? The other person is a professional shopper, right? Remember, a professional shopper shops for other people. So the job counselor is helping them choose new careers. I want you to put a check in the correct column for the window washer or the professional shopper. Some statements may be true for both. Okay, so Yogi, I like my job. Window washer, 좋아, then check. Professional shopper, 좋아, then check. So you can have 1 or 2 or 0, right? You can check 1 or you can check 1, 2, or you can check 0, right? Nothing. So A is I like my job. B is I work outdoors. C is I earn a high salary. D is my work is dangerous. E is I like to work with people. F, I'm good with money. G, I'm good with my hands. H, my work is tiring. I, it was difficult to get started in this job. J, I have my own business. K, I want to quit and find a new job. J, K, L, I don't want to be the boss. M, I want to work for myself. So which one? So 같이 들려. Let's listen.
Hello, I'm Nancy, and I'll be your job counselor. I'm glad you've decided to come to this group. It's a good place to come to get ideas about new jobs or careers you might be interested in. It's helpful to listen to other people talk about their jobs when you're thinking of changing careers yourself. So, to begin, I'd like everyone to introduce themselves and tell us what your current job is and maybe why you are thinking of changing careers. I'll take some notes about what you say, which will help me suggest some possible new jobs. Hopefully, we can find the right job for you. Okay, let's start with you.
Hi, sure. My name's Mike, and I'm a window washer.
Okay, great. Why don't you tell me a little about your job?
Well, I wash office building windows, so I go high up in the air in a basket to reach the windows.
Sounds scary to me. Do you like it? And if so, why?
Yeah, I really like my job because I enjoy being outdoors. I like to breathe the fresh air and look at the beautiful views of the city. It's really relaxing. I really don't think I could work indoors in an office or a store, and I earn a high salary. I make a lot of money. Window washing is a good job for me because I'm good with my hands. I don't like sitting in front of a computer all day. It was difficult for me to get started as a window washer, but I started my own business, and I like that, working for myself. No boss, you know.
Okay, I'm just making some notes. Like being outdoors, good with your hands, like being your own boss. Okay, so why do you want a new job?
Well, my job is pretty dangerous. I have to be very careful not to fall out of the basket, and I have to be careful not to drop things on people below. I just think I'd like something a little safer. Also, I enjoy it, but it's a lot of work and can be very tiring. I go home at night and just want to sleep.
Dangerous. Want something a little safer. Okay, great. Let's hear from the next person. Please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your job.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm a professional shopper. I go shopping for people who are busy and don't have time to shop. Basically, people give me a shopping list and some money, and I do the shopping for them.
Well, if you like to shop, sounds like a great job.
It has its good and bad parts. What's good about it is that I do love to shop, and I really like to work with people. I'm also very good with money. I always find clothes that are on sale, cheap. But, well, the bad part is that my job isn't that easy. I'm on my feet a lot, so my work is tiring. And it wasn't easy to get started as a shopper. I worked for many years as a sales clerk in a department store. Then I started to meet people who needed a shopper. So, when I had enough customers, I quit my job at the department store and started my own business. Now, I like being my own boss. However, I have to do everything myself, and it's a lot of work, and it can be very stressful, making all the decisions myself. So, I wish I could just go to work, do my job, and then go home at night.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier to work for someone else and let them have all the headaches. Okay, let's see. Who's next? What's your name?
All right, so we got to, hello, we got to hear both of those, the window washer and the professional shopper, right? So I like my job. Who likes their job?
Hello, I'm Nancy.
Who likes their job? The window washer. Who gets to work outdoors? Of course, the window washer. Who earns a high salary? Yeah, the window washer does. Whose work is dangerous? Yes. Who likes to work with people? Oh, the shopper, right? Who is good with money? Oh, yeah, of course. She's a professional shopper. Who is good with their hands? Yeah, as you can guess, probably the window washer. And whose work is tiring? 둘 다, both of them, right? And who had a difficult time starting their job? Both of them, right? It wasn't easy. And who has their own business? They both own their own business, right? And who wants to quit? The window washer. And who doesn't want to be the boss? Neither of them. They both like being the boss. And who wants to work? Who likes working for themselves? Both of them do. So here is the answers, right? So let's go one more time. Actually, let's stop right here. So I want to stop here, but I want to talk about the homework. Okay? So this is the homework assignment, everybody. You can go to this web address. So write this down on a piece of paper, https://drive.google.com/drive/folders, and then this is too long right here. So the homework is the same. I want you to uh, fill out this document, and then I want you to print. Do not email to me. I want you to print and bring to class. And this will be your attendance for week 2. So let me show you what this looks like. So it's the same document or similar document as last time, right? So try to use full sentences when answering. Do not email, so print and bring to class. So same thing, right? Go ahead and write, or yeah, or if you want, right, Isun Jun right there. Put your hakbun, oops, 2020, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. It's going to put this date, and again, I want you to pick what class. So let's just say your Wednesday class. So in the very beginning, I talked about, when choosing a job, there are a few important factors, right? All right, there's a few, say, there are a few important factors, right? When you're picking the kind of job that you want, right? Of course, salary, right? How much money you make is important, right? Your hours, right? Is this a job that you have to work long hours, or can you be a job with short hours, right? Your interest, right? Is this something that is related to your major? Is this something that's related to your hobby, your trimmy, or is this something that you're interested in, like science or tourism or food? Is it something that you have an interest in? Safety, right? Is this job safe, right? The window washer didn't like his job because it was very dangerous, right, for himself and for other people, right? Is it safe to be in the military? Maybe, but lots of people get hurt on the job if they're in the military. Is it safe to be a police officer? I think it's safe, but sometimes people can get hurt. It's not as safe as working in a school, right? And then workplace, I'm thinking like, are you working inside? Are you working outside? Do you travel? Do you work in an office? Do you work in a store? What kind of workplace do you want? And education, right? Do you need a PhD? Do you need a lot of specs? What is the education? Difficulty level. Is this an easy job to do, or is this a hard job to do, right? Do you think window washing is easy? I think mentally maybe it's easy, but physically, with your hands and with your body, it's very difficult. What about being a tax attorney or a tax accountant? Physically in your body, it's very easy, but mentally, is it easy? I don't think so, right? What about being a nurse? Well, being a nurse, you have to think about a lot of things. So mentally, it's not easy, and also you have to move your body and up and down. It's walking all the time. So physically, it's also not easy. And I also want you to think about the people that you work with, right? Are you working with a lot of customers, right? Do you have a lot of coworkers? Are you working solo? What kinds and how much interaction do you have to talk to people? Do you have to try to sell people things? Right? Do you have to work with young children? What kind of people is this job? So, what do you think are the most important factors, and why are they important? So, I want you to pick your top three and why. So, what's the most important factor? So, let's just say people, right? I to work with other creative people. I want to be a chef working in the food industry is okay. Okay, so being working with people is important to you, and being creative and hanging out with creative people, maybe something like that, right? What's the second most important thing? Let's just say workplace. I don't want to work in an office. I think it's important to um, to to be in new events all the time. A chef can be in the kitchen, or she can be in the dining room. Okay, so you think workplace is important. What is the third thing? Maybe hours, right? I don't like to wake up early. It's important for me to find a job where I can wake up late and stay out late. So you can pick what are the three most important, and just a short few sentence why. So then I want you to answer, why would somebody want to do this job? Look at the important factor list. Here's the list, and explain why someone would want the job. Why would someone want to be a YouTuber, right? Is YouTube pay a lot of money? Uh, Maybe for some, very few, right? But can you be creative, right? Is it about your interest? What about your workplace? I mean, YouTube is a very lonely job, right? Do you work with a lot of people? So I just think, why would somebody want to be a YouTuber? And look at these reasons. Okay, so one more time, you can go here to download this document. Okay, I want you to fill it out on your computer, then I want you to print and bring it to class. Okay, and so the document number 1 is week 1 attendance, or chu check, and document number 2 is week 2 attendance, right? So this is to show me that you watched the video. But we're not done. I have 2 short videos I want you to watch, okay? The first video I want to talk about is the different parts of speech, right? This video says 8, but there's actually 9 parts of speech. So it's just a fun video explaining the different parts of speech. It's this cool old man doing hip-hop, but just I hope you enjoy this video. This is a review on the 8 or 9 parts of speech.
Like a teacher, schoolyard or basketball, cheetah, love.
Jack Cartman, Kids Music Channel.
Let's learn the 8 parts of speech. Let's learn the 8 parts of speech. They'll help you write and to read. Let's learn the 8 parts of speech. Nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, conjunctions, prepositions, interjections. Now let's learn their functions. A noun is a person, place, or thing, animal, idea, almost anything. Like a teacher, schoolyard, or basketball, cheetah, love, or the season of fall. A pronoun takes the place of a noun, and in sentences you see them all around. Like she had a party, he went to school, I play soccer, they swam in a pool. A verb is a word that gives the sentence action. What's going on, or what's the main attraction? Like the dog walked, the runner jogged, the car sped, the dancer clogged. An adverb describes an adjective, verb, and such, and tells how, when, where, how often, how much. Like he ran quickly, school starts soon, my teacher always eats lunch at noon. Let's learn the 8 parts of speech. Let's learn the 8 parts of speech. They'll help you write and to read. Let's learn the 8 parts of speech. Nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, conjunctions, prepositions, interjections. Now let's learn their functions. An adjective describes a noun or a pronoun. Like that's a big house, I have a small dog, I saw a ferocious lion. They make reading and writing more exciting. A conjunction is a word or words that connect words, phrases, or clauses. Get it? Like Ella was early and Lisa was late. The dog wanted dinner but had to wait. A preposition tells time, place, or position. Connecting words is its main mission. Like Josh ate breakfast before school. My friend who sits beside me is cool. An interjection expresses strong emotion, it's true. Like wow, hey, yeah, ooh. They're used to make reading, writing more appealing. Interjections express spontaneous feeling. Let's learn the 8 parts of speech. Let's learn the 8 parts of speech. They'll help you write and to read. Let's learn the 8 parts of speech. There are 8 parts of speech. How many? 8 parts of speech. You got it. 8 parts of speech. They'll help you write and they'll help you read. Yeah. Let's be friends.
Everybody. Really quickly, I hope you enjoyed. That's just a silly video going over the 8 parts of speech. But what I want you guys to look at is one more video, again from Oxford Online English. And they are, this again is just in more detail, talking about the different parts of speech. So I want you to watch this video. It's a review outlining they say that there's 9 parts of speech. So I want you to watch this video and please enjoy.
Hi, I'm Kasia. Welcome to Oxford Online English. In this lesson, you can learn about parts of speech in English.
How many parts of speech are there in English? Can you name them and explain what they do? Understanding parts of speech, nouns, verbs, adjectives, and so on, can help you to understand English sentence structures and how English grammar works.
In this class, you'll learn the basic information about parts of speech. You'll see some ways that parts of speech can be more complicated than you might expect, and you'll have several chances to practice. So, first question. How many parts of speech are there?
Well, I did a Google search and many of the top results said 8. So there must be 8 parts of speech in English.
Wrong. There are 9.
Ah, what are they?
Number 1, nouns. Nouns can be things, animals, or people, like doctor, pencil, tree, or cat. Nouns can also be ideas or abstract things, like happiness, time, or money.
Number 2, verbs. Verbs can be actions, like do, run, fly, or win. Verbs can also describe states, like be, love, believe, or understand.
Number 3, adjectives. Adjectives describe nouns. For example, red, big, metal, or beautiful.
Number 4, adverbs. Adverbs can describe verbs, meaning they describe how someone does something. For example, quickly, loudly, angrily, or well. Adverbs can also describe adjectives, other adverbs, or even whole sentences. For example, very is an adverb which can describe an adjective, very slow, or another adverb, very slowly. Unfortunately, or sometimes are adverbs, which can be used to add information to a whole sentence. For example, unfortunately, they missed the train and were late to their own wedding. Sometimes, I wish I'd made different choices in life.
So adverbs are a little more complicated. Here's a good way to remember it. Adjectives and adverbs both describe other words. They are both used to add information to something else. Adjectives describe nouns, and adverbs describe everything else. Verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and whole sentences.
Number 5, pronouns. Pronouns replace or represent nouns. For example, I, you, she, or they are pronouns which represent different people. You use pronouns to avoid repeating the same word, or to refer to something when it's obvious what you mean.
For example, how was the weather there? There is a pronoun which refers to a place. If you've already mentioned the place you're talking about, you don't need to say it again.
Another example. Give me 2, please. 2 is a pronoun which refers to a quantity of something which has already been mentioned. The person you're talking to already knows what you're talking about.
Number 6, prepositions. Prepositions usually go before a noun or noun phrase. What's their job? Prepositions can do 2 basic things. First, they can add an idea of time, place, or movement to a noun. For example, on Wednesday, in the corner, towards the door.
Secondly, prepositions can connect other words to a noun or a pronoun. For example, think about the verb depend on. The preposition on connects the verb depend to the object of the verb. For example, it depends on the cost. Usually the noun or noun phrase goes after the preposition. However, sometimes a preposition can link to a noun or pronoun earlier in the sentence. For example, what does it depend on? Here, on links to the pronoun what.
Conjunctions. Conjunctions connect 2 things. A conjunction can connect 2 words. I like cake and ice cream. A conjunction can connect 2 phrases. Do you want to go now or wait till this afternoon? You can also use a conjunction to connect 2 clauses. Although I've been trying to learn for years, I'm still really bad at drawing.
Number 8, determiners. Determiners go before a noun. They include words like the, this, or that, which help to specify which noun you're talking about. Words like my, your, his, her, etc. are also determiners. They specify which noun you're talking about by saying who something belongs to. Determiners can also tell you how many of something there are. Look at 3 examples. 10 bananas, some people, both of my brothers. The words 10, some, and both are determiners.
Number 9, interjections. Interjections are different because they aren't normally part of a sentence. Interjections are words or phrases which show how you feel. For example, wow, oh crap, no way. So now you know about the 9 parts of speech in English.
Let's practice. Look at 3 sentences. Each sentence has 5 words. 1. They told me about it. 2. Look in the big cupboard. 3. Put it in there, but carefully. Can you identify which part of speech each word is? Pause the video and think about your answers.
How did you do? Could you identify the parts of speech correctly? Let's look at one more. I'm staying in this evening. What part of speech are these words? Think about it.
So, I is a pronoun, am is a verb, and staying is also a verb. What about in? Did you say it's a preposition? It's not a preposition, it's an adverb.
How does this work? We have the word in one of the sentences you saw before, and it was a preposition. So, what's going on?
Some words can only be one thing. For example, the words independence or hair can only be nouns. Believe and destroy can only be verbs. However, many words can be more than one part of speech.
There are 2 things happening here. First, a word can be 2 different things which have the same written form and the same pronunciation. Think about the word win. Is it a noun or a verb? It can be both. I'm sure they'll win the game this weekend. We'll be hoping for a win in the big game this weekend.
Many words are like this. Red can be an adjective or a noun. What do you think about this red for the kitchen? I like that red top she was wearing. This is very common. Very often, a word with one written form can be 2 or more different parts of speech. We told you there are 2 things happening here. What's the other?
Sometimes, a word can be different parts of speech depending on its function in the sentence. Look at 2 sentences. I have a few photos of my grandparents. Sure, you can have a few. Here's the question. What part of speech is few in these sentences?
In the first sentence, few is a determiner. In the second, it's a pronoun. Can you explain why this is?
Think about what few does in these 2 sentences. In the first sentence, few adds a quantity to the noun photos. It tells us how many photos you have. This makes it a determiner.
In the second sentence, few replaces a noun. You know which noun it replaces, but in context, you would understand what the person meant. Maybe it was a few biscuits or a few pieces of paper. We don't know, but you do know that few replaces a noun, which makes it a pronoun.
Another example is the sentence we saw before. I'm staying in this evening. Prepositions go with nouns and connect nouns to other words in the sentence. In here doesn't go with a noun, so it can't be a preposition. In here means at home, and it adds information to the verb stay. What kind of words add information to verbs?
Adverbs. So, in is an adverb. Wait a minute. Did we ever finish explaining what parts of speech are in this sentence?
You're right, we didn't. Let's do it now. You need to say what parts of speech the words this evening are. Can you do it?
Maybe you said that this is a determiner and evening is a noun. That's technically correct, but it's not the best answer. The best answer is that this evening is an adverb. How do you explain that?
Until now, you've seen single words and how single words can be nouns, verbs, etc. However, when you're thinking about parts of speech, you can't just think about single words. Phrases can also be nouns, verbs, adjectives, and so on. Let's do an example. Add a small spoonful of brown sugar, then turn the heat down and stir the mixture gently. Think about the first part of this sentence. Add a small spoonful of brown sugar. What parts of speech do we have here?
Of course, you can go through it word by word. You can say add is a verb, a is a determiner, small is an adjective, and so on. But is that the most useful way of looking at it?
It makes more sense to see this as a verb add and a noun a small spoonful of brown sugar. The noun is made of several parts of speech: determiners, adjectives, prepositions, and nouns. But together they have one meaning. These words refer to one thing.
You can analyze a sentence in several different layers. So you can see a small spoonful of brown sugar as 6 individual words, or one noun phrase. You can also see it as 3 parts: a determiner, a small spoonful, a preposition, of, and a noun, brown sugar.
Confused? We understand. You want to know the answer. You want to know which way is correct. There isn't one correct way to say this. There are different perspectives. A better question is, which perspective makes more sense?
In this sentence, a small spoonful of brown sugar refers to one thing in the world. So it makes sense to think of it as one part of speech in the sentence. What about the second part of the sentence? How do you analyze the parts of speech?
As you saw before, there isn't one right answer. But here's a suggestion. The sentence contains a conjunction, then, and then 2 verb phrases linked with the conjunction, and. This makes sense because the sentence is telling you to do 2 things: turn the heat down and stir the mixture gently.
So it makes sense to see turn the heat down as one part of speech, because it's telling you to do one thing. Let's put these ideas together.
First, when you think about parts of speech, you can't just memorize information. You have to look at each sentence individually and think about what each word is doing. Secondly, always think about what the sentence means in the real world. Sentences aren't abstract things. They refer to real people, real things, and real actions.
There is always more than one way to analyze the parts of speech in a sentence. Choose the way that makes sense based on what the sentence is telling you about real life. Let's do a more challenging practice exercise so you can see these ideas in action.
Look at 3 sentences. Amazing! It's way better than I ever thought it would be. She was an amazing clinician who came up with many innovative ways to treat patients. I don't believe it.
How would you analyze the parts of speech in these sentences? Think about the ideas we talked about in the last section. Does it make sense to break the sentences into individual words? Or is it better to group words into phrases? Pause the video and think about your ideas.
Ready? Here are our answers. You can pause the video again to look at these in more detail. Notice how the same word can be different parts of speech in different sentences. For example, amazing is an interjection in one sentence and an adjective in another.
Notice also the different layers of analysis. For example, look at the phrase many innovative ways. You can see this as one noun phrase, or as a determiner plus a noun phrase, or as 3 individual parts: a determiner, an adjective, and a noun, which is correct. They all are. Choose the perspective which makes more sense to you.
Want more practice with this topic? Check out the full version of this lesson on our website, oxfordonlineenglish.com. You can practice with a quiz to check your understanding of parts of speech in English.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
Alright, everybody, 여러분, welcome back. Okay, so that was 2 videos to help you out, and really quickly, one more time, I want you to see the homework. So go ahead and go to my Google Drive and click this link, or write this down and download this document, and this will be your attendance for week 2. Okay, so hope you have a good week. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you shortly. Have a good day. Bye.